Okay, we are now recording. All right. So you need to go to www.therapservices.net. Let me do a sound check real quick. Hello. Okay. All right. So the website is www.therapservices.net. If you have internet, you're going to be able to get on this at home. Okay. There is an app for this that you can use on your smartphone. And the app is orange and it has the blue TH in the top. Okay, on the little corner. You can go to the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store and get it. Okay? In the top right hand corner, you have secure login. This is as secure as logging into your bank or even more because we have 3 steps instead of 1 or 2. Okay? So I want you to go to the top right hand corner and click secure login. You will come to a screen that is similar to this. You will have a box on the right that says log in, password, and provider code. So everybody take your cursor and put it in the login name. We're going to put our name in now. Our login name is our first name dot our last name. So if my name is Bonnie.Sorrells, then Bonnie Sorrells, then it's going to be Bonnie.Sorrells. And again, don't work ahead, so we're making sure that we're all on the same page as we go. If your name is like my daughter and her name is Allison Elizabeth Sorrells and she goes by Elizabeth, you're going to want to put Allison.Sorrells, your real first name, not your nickname, not your play name, what's on your paycheck. Okay? Your password is the first 3 letters of your name. So if your name is Bonnie, it would be BON. And then Therap, THERAP. So again, my daughter's name is Allison, so hers would be All Therap. That's pretty cool. All Therap, ALL Therap. No caps. Everything is lowercase. It's the first 3 letters of your first name. And Therap, THERAP, the word Therap. I will tell you, when I first started using Therap, I called it Thrap. And I would tell people I'll go around telling everybody to put their crap in Thrap. Just saying. And the first couple of weeks, Heavy would fuss at me every time. Okay, in the provider code, it says, now this is not going to be your password, so don't write it down. We're going to give you a new one, or you're going to give yourself a new one, okay? So the provider name or provider code is all caps, ICM-INC-AR. It should already be in there for you. and you should fill that in as, leave it there. But you will need to write it down, because if you don't, you're going to forget it and it may not be there the next time. Okay? It's not going to show up on your computer because nobody's used your computer on Therapy yet. So your login name is always going to be the same. It's going to be your first name dot your last name. And your password is going to change in a minute, but the provider code is always going to be ICMINC-AR in all caps. What that does is it lets Therapy know, number one, it's you logging in, because it's your name and your password, and then it lets Therapy know what agency you're working with, because we are all over the continental United States, all 50 states, actually, not just the continental, but we are in all 50 states and in some areas in the other part of the globe. So lots of people use this around, and there's some agencies in Arkansas that use this. So we're there. All right, once you do that, go ahead and click log in, the little blue log in button. All right. When you click the login button, you're either going to come to something that says try again, or you're going to come to a screen that has a lot more words than mine up here does. If you got a bunch of words on your screen that look kind of like this up here, or do you have an orange that says try again? Read that. Read your policy and then stop. Read your policy, then stop. Don't touch anything after you read your policy. This is called a sign-up agreement. As you're reading, I'm going to tell you what it is. A sign-up agreement is like a memorandum from your company or a policy they want you to sign. Once you hit I agree on there, then it... Oh, Jesus, now that one got me. So be sure that you agree to this. If you don't agree to it, you need to speak to one of the individuals here in this room. If you do, then you can go ahead and click I agree. This lets them know you've read it, and it's going to time, date, and stamp the time that you read it, and they're going to be able to access that list when they need to. Okay? Especially like I wrote an overtime policy one time, and then somebody told me they didn't get the policy. And I went back and pulled my list that showed them the date and time they read it. So, I got to be the smart aleck that I'm known to be. So let's go ahead and click I agree. Once you click I agree, you're going to come to a page that says change the password of. And you're going to want to change your password. Your password needs to at least be 8 characters. Your current password is the first 3 letters of your name and Thera. That's what we just typed in, right? Now type in that put your cursor where it says current password and type in the first 3 letters of your first name and Thera. And then put your cursor where it says new password. But it does need to be at least 8 characters long. It can be the password you're using to get into Case Note for your new and confirm. Yes. There is no cap lock. Okay, once you get your confirmed password in there, go ahead and click change password. When you hit confirm password, you are going to see a screen that says Stirrup in the top left-hand corner and the word dashboard beside it, and a bunch of other stuff underneath it. Go ahead and stay there and let me know when you get there. Okay. What is it, hun? Did it tell you your password's too weak? Okay, you'll need to make a different password then. And you'll have to type it in twice and probably have to put your 3 letters in Therap in again. The current password is the 3 letters. Yay! Was it something big or something? Submit. There you go. Okay. So what we're up here now is a splash message, and what that is just your company bulletin board. Okay. You have the option in the bottom right to not show this again or to go to your dashboard. So it's your choice. If you read it, there's information from your company on it. You might need to know. You can let it come in again or you can just leave it like that. Okay. Now, we're going to get out of here. And we're going to go to, I'm going to be where y'all are at. So let's talk. Everybody's on a page that kind of looks like this. Kind of, sort of. Okay. This is your dashboard. And just like a car, it runs your, it gives you the information you need to run your car, right? It gives you how fast you're going so you don't get a ticket. It tells you if your car's overheating, if you need oil, whatever, that's what your dashboard does, right? So at the dashboard, on the left, you have tabs, okay? So you should have a to-do tab, an individual tab, a health tab, and a settings tab, right? To change tabs, all you have to do is click on that tab and turn it dark blue. I want you to go down to settings, which is your settings tab, and I want you to click on it and turn it dark blue. You will have 2 options. One is personal details and the other one is test mode. Am I right? Okay. On your test mode, we do not want you to put fake data in the ICM system, so we're going to put you in test mode. So on test mode, just click the word on, O-N. Now at any given time that you want to practice, you can put yourself in test mode and practice. Be sure that you have the red strip at the top of your page. Does everybody have the red strip? Okay. Everybody got the red strip. Now I want you to turn the individual tab dark blue. Now have we told you when this is going to start? Monday. So be thankful you're in today's class, because the people who learn Tuesday are going, oh my God, I got to do this Monday. You're going to have it fresh in your mind, ready to go. Okay? So you have 3 things on your individual tab under the title Care. You have a title that says Care, and then you have lines underneath that with something on the left and things on the right. So the first one is T-Log. We're going to ignore that for right now. Your agency will give you directive on that later. The next one is GER, which is incident reporting, and we're going to do that second. The next one you have is ISP, or you may have a witness report. If you have a witness report, ignore that for right now. And then you have ISP data. Now, what did I tell you at the first of the class that case notes was going to be called? ISP, Individual Support Plan. So instead of doing case notes, you're going to do an ISP data new. So go across that line from ISP data, put your cursor on the word new, and click on it. You're going to come to a list of people, okay? I want you to choose one of the 3 people on this list. Now you can scroll down. You can use the letters across the top to get to their last name. But I want you to choose Joe Scott, Ashley Alexander, or Donald Morris. So just choose one of those names. I'm choosing Jessica Stewart. Oh no, what have I done? I've got the wrong thing. I know somebody didn't delete my program. You know why I don't have anything? Because I'm not supposed to be in test mode. Okay, are y'all all still in test mode? Everybody got the red stripe across the top of your page? Please leave it there. I'm not in test mode because my stuff's not in test mode. My account is a fake account anyway, so that's why I couldn't get into nothing. Well, this is only like the 7th one I've done this week. So. Okay, so now after you chose your person, you are to the ISP program list. So let's look up here and talk about this for just a second. This form ID right now doesn't mean anything to you. Ignore it. The program provider, this means that we're in Holly Springs Residential Center. And the ISP program is what you're going to look for. Okay? On the ISP program, there is a date. You see the date on there? Okay. You're wanting to use the most current one within your day. Okay? So if I have this plan here 1/9/19, I'm past January 9th, right? So that's the one I'm going to use. If I have one that says I have the 1/9/19, and then I have another one that says 1/26/19, which one am I going to use? The first one, because the 26 has not gotten here yet. But tomorrow I'm going to use the new one. Okay? That's what the dates are there for. That's what we kind of instructed your team to do. Okay? So go ahead and put your cursor anywhere in that strip for that program and go ahead and click. There may be other programs available on there, but be sure you choose the one that says IHP or Case Notes. Okay? All right, you're going to get a big long form that looks similar to this. Am I right? Okay, this is the actual program. You need to, we're not reading it today because this is a fake one, but just scroll all the way down to the bottom and you should see an acknowledge button. It's blue and it's on the right and it says acknowledge. Click that, and a white box is going to come up that says, are you sure you read it? Are you sure you understand it? And are you willing to implement this plan in the manner that it needs to be done? Click yes. Now, just because we all have been in the program before and we know that we cannot remember the programs, how they're listed, now do you have the screen that says select date for ISP data collection? Okay. I just look up here for right now. Do you see the little blue where it has your name, the person's name, and it's in blue on your screen? If I click on this, it brings that program up for me to read it again. Okay? So you don't have to memorize the program. It's right there for you. Even though you've acknowledged it and read it, you can still get back to it. Okay? Now, today I'm putting in for today's date, right? If I need to put in for yesterday's date or I need to update yesterday's paperwork, I can actually do that now. But we're going to learn how to do that later. Okay, so let's leave the date for today here and click the blue submit button. Put your cursor on the blue submit button and click it. And guess what? The program's there for you to get to again if you need to. Okay? Now, this is where you are going to clock in and out. You will no longer be calling into, what is it called? ProLines. And she walked in at just the right time. That's okay. We're talking about clocking in and out.
Okay, so effective Monday, you will no longer use ProLine to clock in and out. You will use their app to document your clocking in and out. Okay, so you don't have to call the phone number anymore. We're actually going to disable it. Okay? So just take it out there and can you let them know that it does have an offline version? Yes, and if you're in a rural area that doesn't have service all the time, we have an EVD offline configuration mode. So basically, if you are with no signal or your router is out, you can still log into the system. It's going to let you document, and then once you get to some service,
And that's on the app.
That's
on the app. And I told y'all there was an app for that. That's when you're on the app that it'll do that.
You're still going to use ProLine to go into the system and request off. You'll still use that, and you'll still go and look at your time card. The difference is now you can see your punches within like 6 to 8 minutes of you clocking in. You won't be able to do that because we'll pull it and transfer the times from there on your documentation to ProLine. Right. So.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to clock in. So you see where it says begin time and end time? Use the drop down box, and we're going to say our shift is 7 to 3:30. Okay, so we started work this morning at 7 o'clock, and it's 11. Okay, I can put this in now. You just use the drop down box to put the information in. Once you get 7 to 3:30 in there, we'll stop until everybody gets caught up. Be sure you put your AM and your PM. She sounded like me. If you see me running, you better run. So if you see me running, you better start running too, because there's something chasing me. I'm going to push you down and get you first. Okay, now that you've got your time in, we're going to go to location. That's where you're providing your services. Remember, you can always go in here and update. So if you think you're going to be staying at home all day and then all of a sudden you got to go to Walmart for toilet paper and you go out in the community, you can come back in and update and put home and community. Okay? So in the location, just type in the word home. And he's off. Not all of this stuff. Picture the fence coming. Okay, now I want you to kind of stop and watch me for a few minutes, and then I'm going to let you do your little thing yourself. So, all ISP programs in Therap are built the same. It'll say task scores in the top left in the blue bar. And then below that, on the left, you'll have the goals, the objectives, the questions you need to answer. And on the right, it's going to give you your score. So look up here so I can show you how you're going to go through this program, and then you're going to do it, okay? So my first question is, Jessica will make her bed daily. Is my thing not, my computer's not plugged up. Okay. I gotta remedy that situation. My computer's not been charging this whole time. And I plugged it into this
No.
No telling how easy I am while watching.
Jesus. Yeah, it's a good time. We're about 5 days.
Yeah, we tied. Okay, so we didn't change everything because those look the same, right? Whew, thank you, Jesus, right? We didn't change everything. So I'm going to put that she was unsuccessful in making her bed because she stated she was just going to get back in it. I changed that this time. Okay, did she eat breakfast? I'm going to say refused. She was out of bacon because she done ate it all. And she didn't want anything with bacon. Well, God bless her. She's having a bad day. So, did she take her medicine? I'm going to say that she was successful in taking her medicine. Maybe that'll make her feel better. She will call her mom every day after breakfast and before going to work. She refused because she didn't have any bacon. And she actually went to work because guess what? She gets to see her boyfriend when she gets there. She went to work hungry. And she did. She didn't eat no bacon. Please remember just put your facts, okay? But she did go to work hungry because she didn't know bacon. So, how simple was that? Choose a drop down, make a comment. Choose a drop down, make a comment, right? Not hard? Have at it. Go do yours. When you got to document on every one of them. When you get done documenting, stop. And remember today we're putting in fake data and you don't have to put in a lot of goobly goop. They are all in test mode, honey. I did that. I actually did that twice today without being reminded. You're doing the next one, so we're actually doing pretty good on time. We're only an hour in. So I think we're going to be able to get everything. No, I got it right here. On my calendar. 1:30. We'll get done at 12:45. Not as hard as y'all thought it was going to be, is it? He's looking at me like, I wish Mr. Heavy would come back for every session. I'm going to have to get him to do me a testimonial on my phone and I'll play it. Wasn't he great? Did you hear what I said he made me for Christmas? He used to wear overalls all the time. And his wife took a pair of his overalls and put them on a pillow for me. So I have a heavy hug whenever I want them. I cried. Yeah, I love that man. When my daddy died, he started working at that time. And he's just like my second day. He just kind of the biggest crack. Before he changed his life on me, he was the biggest dope. I guess got shrooms. Okay, so is everybody back down to other? Yes, no, maybe, kind of, sort of, Just give me a few more minutes, all right? I like a few more minutes. this is what you're going to have to do for your case notes. Okay? Now look, when I say you can put in comments, you can put in comments. You got 3,000 characters to write comments in. So there's no reason why you cannot put in detail. Whoop! Traveling. Be a traveling salesman. Okay. If we're down where it says billable, I know I'm about to be so sleepy. I'm about so sleepy. I did that yesterday. We were in Monticello, and after we got to, she took over, I just kind of walked outside for a minute and just walked the sidewalk. I don't know if you noticed, I just went outside and walked. Yes, it feels so good. Okay, let's talk about the billable part. Right now, you're going to click no until otherwise directed. Okay? Can y'all handle that? Okay. You will have to make a comment in the bottom box in the comments, and that is going to be a synopsis of the day. Okay? So just a summary of what happened during that day. Today, and today only, you are allowed to type the word comment and be done. Can you do that Monday? No. You got to put in real-time data, okay? There, and it happens in every agency. We get complacent and we get compliant in what we do, and we do not put in proper documentation, okay? What you have to understand is that the state and the new insurance and the new waiver standards, we got the standard gentleman right back here, says we have to put in certain information, okay? And it is required for billing purposes. And if the company can't get billed because of your can't get money because of your documentation, it directly affects how they can pay you, okay? So in essential, if you make the proper documentation, everybody is happy in the long run, okay? So let's go down and just click save. You should have a green stripe across top of your screen that's, bless you. You need some Kleenex? We have some rolling around here somewhere. You got an error. Oh my, Miss Mom, I can't believe you did that over there. Did you go back and find it and fix it? She didn't put P in. Miss Mom, I can't believe you didn't do that. So what happens to smart aleck kids. I have one. I have one of those. Yeah. She'll actually be here after a while. She's gonna bring me some lunch. Eat lunch with me because I haven't seen her all week. So, if you have this successfully saved across the top, I want you to go back out to your dashboard. Anytime you're in something in Therup, anytime that you go, I don't want to be there. You just hit the dashboard and it takes you back out. Okay? So, I want you to follow with me very closely. Okay? We're going to go and search that data that we just wrote, because guess what? She decided before she went to work that she was going to go make that bed back up. And she decided that she might need to eat some breakfast before she goes. And my time is going to change because the person that's coming in at 3:30 can't get there until 4:30. Okay? Well, how are you getting paid? Through your ISP documentation, your case note, right? So, in order to do that, if you've ever ordered something on the internet, or if you've ever ordered something on Amazon or one of those parts store places that, you got to modify your search to get down to the nitty gritty, we're going to go, so we did ISP data and new, and now we're going to try to find it or search for it. So what do you think we're going to hit? Search, ISP data and search. And once you get to that screen, I want you to put your cursor in the individual box and type the first 3 letters of the person's name that you chose. So if you chose Ashley, you would type in ASH. If you chose Joe, you would type in JOE. And if you chose Donald, it would be DON. And you should see that individual's name come up. And then just click on the person's name and it puts it in the box for you. Then we're going to put in who entered it. So what's your name? Type it in, entered by, and it will start pulling up. And you can choose your name from that section. I love pre-population. Makes it so easy. Now I want to show you how to use the calendar. We're going to change the date from December 26th of 2018 to today. Therapy allows you 30 days to make any updates to your ISP data. So if Ralph and them are checking data and they go on a week ago, they're going to call you and say, hey, or email you or SCOM you and say, hey, guess what? I need you to update this data. So you want to narrow your search to get to closest of that date. So click on the little calendar button over there by the date. It looks like a little bitty tiny calendar. Change over to January and click today's date, the 25th. Bro. Yeah, that one. Never mind, I think Jamel's going to. Here she laughing at you again. She gonna have a mistake in a minute. Huh? So there's. What do you want? Well, Woods was good, wasn't it? Yeah. They do. Y'all had Tex-Mex the other day. You had Mexican the other day. Yeah. There's a little restaurant downtown called What's Cooking that's really good. Yeah, you don't have time for that. All we have fast food is McDonald's, KFC, Popeyes, Subway, Taco Bell. Oh, is Hachi open today? Hachi is good. Hachi is like a food truck. It's like a stir fried Japanese food truck. And there's a barbecue one, and it's really good. The Flaming Pig. It's just up the road, huh? It's on. They're on Facebook. The Flaming Pig. Okay, we got those dates in there, and now we're going to go in and we're going to hit search. It should pop up and tell you that you just put in your data, right? So click on that little box of your data. And what does it say? The first thing we need to do is change our time. The first thing that we need to do is change our box. So we're going to change it to what time? 4:30. All we got to do is change to 4.
Can we do that all at once?
Yes. Just going to get verification since I'm not, I'm not over policy. Okay, so I don't want y'all to change anything right now, but this is where you can look up here, other than the 4, change the 4, okay? I'm going to change what I tell you. Well, she made her bed, so now she's successful. She just decided it was probably best to go ahead and make up that bed before she talked to her mama. She decided to eat breakfast. You can't get what to work? Did you hit save a while ago? Okay. Okay, so now she decided that she would have an egg. She had an egg. She didn't have any bacon. So we had our breakfast. Well, then she successfully called her mom. New mom would be upset if, oh goodness Jesus, I can't even write. Call I would make another comment or two, and then I would click. If it's not showing up, he probably didn't save it. Update. That's it. Now guess what? Hit update on yours because you updated the 4. And you should have successfully updated, right? You might as well swap. Oh. We good how it is, huh? It is stressful. It is. It can be. Just take a deep breath. You're going to be fine. I promise. If Mr. Heavy can do this, anybody can do it. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. You can hit the dashboard up in the top corner. Okay. How many of you give meds or make sure meds are given during the day? Okay. This is going to be easy peasy. Y'all going to be so happy. Okay? And they're over here laughing, and I'm like, okay. I want everybody to stretch. Just stretch it out and take a deep breath. I'm not lying. If y'all take a deep breath, you'll feel better. We've only got like 45 more minutes. I'm going to show you GERs real quick, and I think that for just a few minutes, that y'all just look up here for a few minutes and not try to struggle with the computer. It is going to come to you, I promise. So if you can click and point, we're going to get this, okay? Okay? So let's just all look up here real quick. We're going to go through GER just on my screen, okay? So a GER is an incident report, right? That's what I said. Would you like to know how easy it is to now do an incident report? 90% of it's filled out for you, and you just got to click. How's that? All right. So y'all just want to watch me this time and just kind of absorb the information? Okay. So GER and new. We're going to do a new one, right? We're going to pick our person. Now, I'm going to go back just real quick. When you're doing this, occasionally an individual will be in two programs for the same agency, okay? So like if they're at the day program and then they're at home, then you got two programs to choose from. I got 1,000 up here, okay? Don't look at all mine. There are 40,000 people in this game. So I'm going to use the little things up there to narrow it down. I've got Holly Springs Residential and Home Court Advantage. All right? Well, I'm at Holly Springs Residential. Told y'all I lived around here. I actually live in Holly Springs, just right up the road, if any of y'all know where that's at. I'm going to choose Elizabeth right here. And this is what has happened to Elizabeth. Elizabeth was on the front porch this morning enjoying a nice brisk cup of coffee. Actually, let's just say it's like in June. And a wasp stung her on the right ear and the right shoulder. Okay? So that's my incident. Do I need to report that? Yeah, probably. Okay? It automatically fills in the basic information. The event date, the report date, all I have to select is the relationship to the individual. So I'm going to use that drop down bar and I'm going to say I'm staff. Okay? And then I have choices to make. And whatever I choose here, okay, will ask me different questions on the next page. All right? So my event type, what was it? It was an injury. It's an injury. If you're going to do a med error, the med error would be on here. We do not do, or I've been told that ICM does not do restraints, so you should not ever have that choice. You know, you should not ever use that choice. If you have to and it pops up and tells them about it, they're going to be like, why'd you use a restraint? Right? So on this wasp sting, do you consider it high, medium, or low? Depends upon her reaction, okay? Well, this particular person has not ever had a reaction to a wasp sting, but at first I may not know what her reaction is going to be. It may be delayed, right? So for right now, it's high for her because she's the one that got stung. Yeah, she's screaming and hollering. For me, I'm probably on a low, okay? Because my husband's going to take some snuff out of his mouth and whap it on my bee sting and be done. Now, the location, if their stuff is filled out correctly, their home address is going to be in there more than likely. Okay. I'm going to put program. If you don't know the address, always be sure you put in the state, because it's not going to let you go to the next page, but it's going to tell you, hey, you didn't put the state in. Okay, it's going to give you an error. Now I'm going to tell what happened directly before the event. Now, if this isn't a behavior issue, we definitely need to know what happened before the event. And the reason why I say that is because we can pull data from these reports that allow us to know what happened before the different behaviors that are displayed. Okay, I'm just going to say front porch sitting. Okay. Again, you would put a little bit more documentation than I am today. Now, was this a form of abuse? No. Was it a form of neglect or exploitation? No. So, what you need to know is if you need to let your supervisors know that you feel like there's some abuse going on, once you click yes, this GER is locked down for upper admin eyes only. Okay? Therefore, if I'm mad at you, GER in here said he's abusing the person that we're working for, and just get real mad. You can't see that. Okay? But you don't use this to call out your other coworkers. You use this to report facts. If you're mad at somebody, take it to Will. He's HR. Take it to the deacon. He's in HR. But if you use it to call somebody out, deacon probably gonna call you and say we got issues. Okay. So I'm gonna hit next, and it's gonna take me to the next page to ask me questions about the event. Okay. Well, I was on the front porch with her this morning, and it was about, let's say it was about 9 o'clock this morning. So I'm going to click the clock. I can either get click happy and click up and down, or I can just click on that 12 and choose the 9. I don't like to be click happy. So if I want to say it happened at 9:15, and then I've got this little AM. If it happened at PM, I just click on it and change it from AM to PM. Do you see how easy that was? Okay. So we're supposed to be in eye view of the individuals we serve, unless maybe they need some private time. I know that I had an individual, he was 46 years old, and Mama said he could never be by himself unless he was asleep. And then they had a monitor in his room. I'm like, you want to know why he's pitching a fit all the time? Because he ain't got no time by himself, and he's 46 years old. That's why. So I observed that. If I observe it, I don't put anything in discover date and time. You just don't. Okay? Because did you discover it? No. I observed it. Now, where were we at? I said we're on the front porch. They call it outdoors. You have an other option down here, and I could actually put front porch. Okay? Because to me, outdoors is out in the yard picking up sticks. Front porch is part of the house, in my personal opinion. So now, the other thing I need to tell you is anytime you see the red asterisk beside something, you have to fill that out. Okay? You cannot leave that blank. It won't let you go any further. So the type was a what? How about a bite or a sting? What caused it? Well, they call it an insect. I call it a wasp. I can put other and put wasp out to the side. What was the severity? Well, right now, I'm just going to give some minor first aid. If my husband's there, it's going to get snuff. If I'm there, they're going to get some of that Benadryl bee sting stuff and a Benadryl. Just saying. I said that to somebody in Dallas when I was doing a training there, and I thought they were going to have a conniption fit. So what color do you think that was? red. Now, some of you guys may walk around with a tape measure. I do not. So I'm not really going to know how to measure it. It's not red. Don't worry about that because we can put a picture in there. Nice, huh? Now, this is one of my favorite parts, and I know it's one of Ralph's favorite parts, is you have a body diagram that's going to come up, and you can select off that body diagram where everything is. What I like about it is it brings anything that's in the bigger circle, you use the circle, okay? So I said the right ear, and look, it puts ear right over on the side for you. Well, so that's for an example. I'm in the ER. I've been in the ER all night with somebody with a broken arm. I'm looking at that person in the ER. If I look at you, this is your right, but it's really your left, correct? So being able to look at this diagram gives you a better ability to say that's the right side. That's my left side I'm clicking on, right? But it's her or his right side. So I'm going to click on the right shoulder. I can turn them around and click on their butt if I want to, but they didn't get that far. So I'm going to click submit. And now those two places are put on there, okay? You see how it's just a click and pull down and choose? You're not really entering a bunch of information. It's just click and point, click and point. Answer the questions the way they've asked you to answer them, okay? Treatment by, well, I'm the staff. So if it was 9:15 this morning that she got stung, what time do you think I treated her? Probably about 9:30. It probably took me that long to calm her down, right? And I'm not saying that maliciously. I'm saying if I got stung by a wasp, you better know it's going to take me a minute to calm down. So we're going to say 9:30. You click on the time, you click on the hour, you click on the minutes, you decide AM or PM. It is that simple. Okay. What if the treatment date is different? So I get there the next, she doesn't have overnight staff. I get there the next morning and she's been bit by a spider. Well, I don't know when she got bit by a spider, but I'm assuming it was last night sometime, so I might have a different treatment date. Or she fell in the hallway at 7 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening, and I didn't get home from the ER until 3 o'clock in the morning. There's difference in the dates. Okay, we're going to leave that blank. This is where you can add a picture. There's wall. I got that off the internet. That's a wall sting, a minor wall sting. But now, if I'm monitoring this individual to see their reaction, I have something to look at, right? If the next staff comes in, you say, hey, I did an incident report because she got stung by a wasp, they can go back in, and as long as it's not abuse, neglect, or exploitation, they can go back in and look and see that picture too. So they can continue to monitor for the next little bit. And then you're going to put in your summary. Ouch. I'm just saying it hurt. And I'm going to click next, and it's going to take me to a screen that says, okay, oh, I got an error message. Oh, you know why I have an error message? Because somebody up here clicked PM instead of AM, and it's not 9:15 PM yet. Therefore, I can't do an incident report for 9:15 tonight at 12 o'clock during the day. Make a little sense there? Oh, now it's going to be okay. Yep. So now I'm at my preview page, and this is where I can edit or add another event. Okay. If I want to edit it, I would come in here. If I wanted to add another event, I would come in here. 2 hours later, I have to take her to the ER because she's had a reaction. I can come into that same GER and add another event. Okay. So next. Now, if I'm a brave soul and I find the wasp nest, I could have taken creative action and taken it down. My job, I would call Heavy. He came in here a while ago, and I would say, Mr. Heavy, there's a wasp nest. And he would come over and get the wasp nest down. So if you took corrective action, you would put it there. If you didn't, you'd leave it alone. If I have a plan of future corrective actions, I would put that there. Normally, that is not going to be your choice. It's going to be the person over you about what happens to that. So I do need to notify somebody. So I'm going to notify my supervisor and let her know. Done and done, right? Now I'm going to preview. And look, here it is. Here is my incident report. No abuse, no neglect. There's my injury. I said, ouch. This is what happened. There's my body diagram. So now my supervisor knows exactly where she got stung. There's my picture. And I'm done. I can hit submit. You just have to submit it, okay? If you save it, it don't do nothing but put it in TheraPlan. If you submit it, it goes to the appropriate individual, okay? And I have successfully submitted my GER. Okay? Any questions on that? That's pretty easy, right? Just clicking and as Heavy said, if you can click it, you can get it. Okay? So those of you who said you had meds, that you give meds, they're not going to be in your case notes anymore. Okay? They're going to be on what's called a MAR. And it is under your health tab. So ISP and GE, y'all don't have to do this one because there's only one person in there with like one med. So they've already been documentation. So your ISP data and your GER are under your individual tab. Okay? Your MAR is under your health tab. So I'm going to turn my health tab dark blue. And if you were on there, all you would actually see is the data. You wouldn't see the configuration. Okay? So all you're going to see is data and record data. Okay? I want to record data. Bless you. I'm going to pick my program. And I'm going to pick my person. And right now I'm going to pick Olivia. This is Olivia. Bless her. That was actually when a bunch of us were eating lunch somewhere. And at the top, you'll see there's her name. You might, if they give you permission, you'll see their picture, which is really good because if you're subbing for somebody and say there's two people living in the home that you're providing services for, and you don't really know them that well, you know, you can look at pictures, right, and see. I love the picture part of it. You have a key at the top. So this is how we gave meds. They come in with their bubble pack. We had a plate on the table, and they brought a glass of water. They would pop their bubble pack on the right day out on the plate, take their med, take a drink of water. I would come over here and put my initials in the box by clicking on it. Pretty simple, huh? I have now said I passed that med. She's going to pop out the next one. It says AM and PM. I need to be careful where I'm clicking. Okay? I clicked. Now I've passed that med. She takes Seroquel. Popped the med, took the med. I documented that she took it. Okay? Her allergies are listed on here. Her shared contacts are listed on here. And her diagnoses are listed on here. Okay? And all I have to do is go down and click save. And meds have been administered. Was that easy or not? Very easy. Easier than what you're doing now? Okay. So I'm going to go back to that form. And now I want to show you instead of orange, they're green. All right? That's it. You're done. Nothing else. Any questions on more? Do you want me to do another one real quick? Just to show you? No? You good? Okay. All right. Wow, we're doing great. Okay. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And we're going to talk about SCOMs. How many of you have an email account? You have an email? Do you use it? Guess what your SCOM is? It's an email. And guess what? It works just like your email. It's set up just like a Gmail account. So if I go over here, and you don't have it on your screen right now because you're in test mode. Test mode does not have SCOMs. So I'm going to click on and look, I've got 3 new ones. Okay, I got 3 new. So I'm going to click on my new one, and Katie's telling me we have a staff meeting. Please contact your supervisor if you're unable to attend. Well, the only thing difference between the email here and the email, there's 2 things different. And the email you get is ICM wants you to acknowledge that you've read it. Okay? And you see this little check mark up here? That's it. I acknowledged it. Wow. Back to my inbox. I'm going to get this one from Sarah. Hello, I'm doing a training with DDMS. I don't even know where that is. But I'm going to what? Acknowledge it. That's it. Done and done. I am now out of my... Now, if I want to send one, I can either hit compose from here, because that's how you send one, right? With compose. It's going to ask me general or individual specific. Okay? If I'm sending an email about Sally, the individual I serve, I can only send that to other users that have Sally on their caseload. Okay? But if I just want to send one to someone else, it's just generic. I want to send a message to Ralph that I'm having some issues with the SCOM, or I'm having issues with the GER. All I've got to do is go in here and type in. So I'm going to get Sarah, and I'm going to say low, and I'm going to put in GER. Okay, so now I'm just telling her this is a test so she doesn't email me back and really say, what do you need with the GER, what's going on? Because she's going to check it and like panic. Something. And then what do? Send, submit, whatever. And now it's been sent to Sarah. All right? Does that work like a regular email? Yes. Okay, so we've gone over clock in and clock out, which means you're going to clock in and out on your what? Bless you. ISP data and what are you going to select? New. Say it loud and proud, girl. New. If you need to do an incident report, you're going to do GER and new. If you're going to do a MAR, you're going to go to what tab? The health tab. And you're going to select data and record data. Now, you think I've left you out there high and dry, right? I'm not. What I want you to do is go to the top right-hand corner and click log out. Okay. Now, I'm going to stay on here, but I want to show you something. At the very bottom of your dashboard are 2 little buttons that are just going to save your life in your therapy life. There's one that is a big green question mark, and that usually means go ask a question, doesn't it? right? So I can pull that up. And Lord, I don't remember what that crazy woman said about entering medication. So I want to know how I'm going to enter my data in MAR. And there it is right there. And watch this. Screenshots, pictures. Don't you love pictures? It tells you exactly, step by step, in pictures, what I told you today. Okay? Sound good to you? Okay. You can even put in, enter ISP data. Don't do the Arkansas one. Arkansas is for the state, not for providers. Okay? So if it has a state name behind it, don't pick it. Enter ISP data. There it is, ISP data new. What I do want you to remember is over here on the side, like if I need to know about updating data, it's going to show me, I can go in there and learn how to update it as well. I can just click over there on the side where it says update. Okay? All right, so I've given you that help. I haven't. Therap did. There's one more thing that you can do. How many of you got online and you've got the little button, hi, how may I help you today? With the little live chat, you know? We have live help for most of the day. About 18 to 20 hours a day we have live help. If you click on live help, you're going to get this little box. And if it says, click the button below to start chatting with a support agent, and it's green, you can talk to one of us. If I'm not on site trainings, I'm actually working the help desk a couple of hours a day. Okay? I'm not the best one on there. We're going to see who's on there right now. Okay? I click on the button, and it's going to come up and ask me what I want. Training in Camden, Arkansas. Submit. It's going to tell me I have about 14 seconds wait time average. And it's Kristen. Love her. She's amazing. Hi there. Say hi to my friend. She says, hi, Bonnie, and ICM Camden. I'm going to see her tomorrow in National Conference in Charlotte. So I'm going to disconnect. But you can ask them questions like, hey, I need help entering my ISP data, or I can't log in, who do I call? Or because you can actually get that from the website also. On our website, there's that search thing there too on the website. If you need to search for something, you can get to live help from there. And now it says no agent is currently available, and you want to know why? She can only get 3 chats at a time, and she's probably got 4. Okay. All right. I know this can seem, oh no, okay. I know this can seem overwhelming, and I know it can seem overpowering, but the more you practice, the more you can do. You can go home, log on to therapservices.net, you have to be on a desktop to do that, or a laptop. You can't do that on your phone. You can download the app, okay? And you can do, it looks different, but you could always go to your little search friend at the bottom. And whether you're using an Android or an iPhone, it's going to show you what that looks like, okay? Because it looks different. It's going to ask you to pick your individual, and then it's going to give you your ISP programs. Now, these are a little different. Yours has the date on it, right? I told y'all it was the one IC and whatever date. You would pick that, and the thing is, if you haven't acknowledged the program, you're going to have different steps to go to. Okay, so try to acknowledge the program on a desktop first, then use your mobile device. But it's going to tell you exactly how to do it step by step in pictures. Okay, and that's with your mobile app. When they watch this and it's recorded, they're going to be so dizzy watching that. Okay, again, if you don't have any questions, and William has already spoken to this class, we are finished. And you are dismissed. Oh, wait, did you have papers you need filled out? Hold on. Time out. Don't go nowhere.